Good morning, everyone. Happy Monday. Hope you had a great weekend. We had a good start to our vacation in Florida. We've still got a whole nother week. I've been shooting video of our adventures so that I can share with you guys how we do a Disney vacation. So I'll still have more to shoot in the upcoming days, but been a good start so far. So let's just dive right in. Today's title is Taking the Blame. It says the man who releases the goat as a scapegoat must wash his clothes and bathe himself with water. Afterward, he may come into the camp. It's Leviticus 16, verse 26. It says, ever heard of a scapegoat? You may have been one yourself, not a real goat. Your older brother breaks a glass. Before your mom starts yelling, he blames you because he tripped on your sneakers in the middle of the floor. You just became the scapegoat. Here's another scenario. You're playing first base in a kickball game. When the pitcher receives the ball and tries to throw out the runner at first base, she hesitates a moment too long because you are not yet at the base to catch the ball. The runner is safe, and you blame the pitcher for not being fast enough, even though you weren't quite fast enough either. The pitcher became the scapegoat. I see this all the time with middle schoolers, right? You get onto them, and instead of, just taking the blame and saying, yeah, I did that, they're always, I'm not the only one that did that. I'm not the only one that moved seats. I'm not the only one that threw something. The list goes on and on. And I like to tell them a lot, sometimes it would be a whole lot easier if you would just fess up and take the blame. If you would just get used to it, because that's how life is sometimes, right? So I'm like, if you don't learn to start taking the accountability for your actions, it's going to be a rough life. It says nobody wants to be the scapegoat, the one who gets blamed for a problem, but it sure is easy to blame someone else when we get in trouble. The Israelites had a real scapegoat, an actual goat. They presented the goat to God as a sacrifice. The goat took the blame for the Israelites' sin. Then they sent the goat off into the wilderness. Thankfully, we don't need scapegoats for our sin anymore. Jesus, God's Son, became the final scapegoat. He took care of paying for our sin, so we don't have to take the full blame. Right? We are completely guilty of every sin that we commit. We are, we should have been the one to die on that cross. We should be the one that has to die for our sins. But because of Jesus taking our place, becoming our scapegoat, we have a way to get to Christ, to get to heaven without having to pay that penalty, and that's something that is an incredible, incredible blessing. Precious Jesus, thank you for being my scapegoat, not so that I can blame you, but so I don't have to pay for my own sins. It's the week of Thanksgiving. That right there is something to be incredibly thankful for. Everyone have a great Monday, have a great start to your week, and of course, go be the example.